Welcome to the next part of this video. Okay, now Iman's car died on the side of the road. He got towed for free, which we don't have in the Philippines, and he got a $60 towing service, which is probably $150 in the Philippines. So even if this is a very stressful situation, it's still very cheap and affordable, and the response time is really quick. So we may have an alternator problem, or we may have a battery problem. We have to check. We check the fuses. All the electrical fuses are okay. The ones that's powering the system is okay. So it might be either of the two. He did have an alternator fault, but yeah, we should have spent the day yesterday and figured that out. That's fine. Rollers. Cheers! Damn, when it bubbles, dude, that's fucking sketchy. Alright, so we're back at the shop. Iman, come here. So what happened, brother? Come on.
So the car died.
Car died, alternator fault.
While driving.
Not sure yet.
Yeah.
Battery or the alternator. By some stroke of bad luck, it had to happen now. But I did tell you, expect the worst when you're working with cars.
Yeah, you called it.
Yeah, I called it yesterday. I told him something's not right. Everything's going too well. So now we're back at the shop. Thank you, Alim. He towed the truck back to here in Toguan. Now we're going to install his new wheels test fit while we are actually waiting for the battery to charge. The goal today is actually to help him with the fitment on the wheel, on the front. So remember, we are lacking 2 fingers to 1.5 finger. We have to tear down the struts, check if we can actually help him with the fitment. We need to put these wheels on, so I think this will fit well. Just have to check if it's gonna rub. I think something's rubbing, just a bit, just a tad bit. So anyway, we'll get back to you guys. We'll probably try to fit this for now, then I'll get back to you. So some people in Malaysia can actually convert struts like what we do back in the Philippines. So this bag is actually threaded into the ST suspension. This is an ST XTA suspension converted to air suspension. So we can pop out the bag and see what's happening, right? So for now, we're gonna have to, what we're going to do now is try to insert this lower. Okay, have to insert it lower so that the car will drop a bit more lower. Do the honors. We called it. See, look.
Yeah.
So what was gonna happen is, yeah, hopefully it will sit. Oh, dude, look, it's exactly there. It's exactly there. Yeah, look. Spin the shocks on the bottom. See?
Yeah.
See? So we actually fashioned him a plate back in the Philippines because he was having problem with his steering wheel. Each time he has to turn his steering wheel, there's a creaking sound. I told him you have to put a bearing here because a double wishbone suspension for the Audi has 2 linkage here on the top, here. So when you actually turn your steering wheel, the tie rod pushes the spindle. And what happens is, those 2 arms there are swiveling like this.
Yeah.
Like that. So it's kind of doing a grinding motion on your bag. That is why, if you turn this over, this will be shaved aluminum. See? That's all shaved aluminum. So this will be here. This will sit here. And technically, the bearing will spin when you spin your steering wheel, removing that noisy clunk. Okay, you're welcome. For now, let's pop your bag open. I need you to rotate the bags for me. The other way around, I think. All right, so everything's stripped out. Sorry, no time lapse again. We're just gonna cut it through. So, a few things to... Sorry for the clanks as well. A few things to take note is that there's actually people doing the same technique that we're doing here to the shafting, converting the struts to air springs. So this is very interesting because this is the first time I saw this kind of work outside of the Philippines. It's not that Philippines is the only place that you can do it, but yeah. And the constructions of the bags are actually similar. So they use 2 plate flanges, custom made, machine. See? Then they use the same bag as ours. Apparently, Iman's O-rings are fucked, so we're going to replace him with new O-rings. Sorry, we don't have a table here. We're just borrowing space. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna assemble the car and see if we can get a better drop. Okay? So once again, no time lapse. Maybe we can do a cinematic later, Leonard. While I'm putting it back, you can help me. All right? Thanks. So yeah, let's go. So look. So when that
mixed contact.
Yeah. So when it rotates, see how the plate just sits well on the top part like that? So when you press it like this, the rotation will be smooth. See?
Yeah.
Day 2. Let's take a picture, like a shot here. Day 2, bro. Day 2. Yeah, it's a trophy. So, this is ready to be assembled. Back into the car. We just have to do some black magic on the spindle here. Spindle arm. So, what we're going to do right now is we're going to have to grind this stopper. So, at the moment, when the shocks goes in, okay, stops here. We need to remove that stopper, grind it out, so that we can actually drop the car even more. This is not recommended. This is what we call forbidden engineering, or we call black magic. We do not recommend this, but Iman needs a bit more drop. He has given me full authority to do this. We have talked about this prior to going to Singapore. I told them this is the only way you can drop it because your suspension does not have a height adjustment. So this is where we can take some height off the car. So he has given me full authority. This is steel. If ever that he wants to go back to stock, we can just weld the stopper there as well. Okay? Bunch of plates to stop it. For now, grinding time. Keep going. Damn. Go. Everything's tight enough. Yeah. Go. Checking the wishbone as well. Go. Keep going. Wow. Yeah. 20. 20 is good. Really good. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Up. That's it. Wishbone is hitting. A while ago we were going 15, right? The wishbone to your wheel well on top. You can remove this, you can get another finger. There's like a rubber here. You can remove this. Fender liner cover, I don't know what this is. It's just a piece of rubber. Yeah, and then this way. Boom. That's it. Right. Let's remove the spacer and see if it's without spacer. Well, I got just poking out a bit too much. Yeah, he's gonna need a fender roll, but what's gonna hit? See? Now it's hitting. He needs a fender roll and pull, because this will still go. Let's see. Yep, still going. I think you need the fender roll and pull. Let's take a picture. Alright, so now we're pretty much done with the car. Although we can't do anything anymore because of the alternator fault that he got in the first part of this video. So basically, the car needs to be serviced. His alternator is probably dead. We've checked every circuit of his car. There's no blown fuse on the power system or the charging system. And then we did try to recharge the battery. The battery was holding charge, right? Fortunately, that will put a stop on our work because it's a Sunday today. And we just tidied up the system, cleaned up our mess from last night. But other than that, there's nothing much to do. We need to get that alternator fixed so that we can have the car running on the road. We can shoot the first part of the video of so you want to bag your car on another area. And then the work wheels still needs to be mounted with tires. They're having problems mounting the 225s on the 10s. So we'll wait for that. Other than that, that's it. That's all we can do for now. Let's wait for good news with Iman. For now, we need to rest. I'm a bit exhausted doing the work. This is not a work that we have people to do with. It's literally us just working. So this is our first international build and we tried to do it ourselves. But that's just a show of talent. But the next build for sure, when we're gonna do another build in Singapore, we're probably going to ask help from Alim, other people, or we can bring in our guys to go here. But for now, it's just a show of talent for you guys that we, as the business owners, can bag the car for you, regardless of your location or where you are. But for now, let's take a rest. I think that's going to be it for this part of the video. Stay tuned on the next one so we can actually have a finale of the Singapore build. Hopefully everything will be tidy up tomorrow. Monday, they can change the alternator, fix it, whatever, and then put on the wheels. Hopefully we will be there for that ceremony and let's just drive the car out in Singapore. For now, the build is done. Perfect fitment on the back, on the front. Perfect fitment on the back. We had the management system on the rear as well. No leaks. We found the leaks for the main tank. Tied it up as well. Fixed up the interior, cleaned up the area. Thank you, Alim, Jim Wang, tire specialist, rim specialist here in Togwan, Block 46. Thank you for lending us the space. Thank you, Barry, for helping us. For now, that's going to be it for this episode. It's been Cal from Fitment Engineering, and you're watching Fitment TV. See you on Bag in Singapore, part 3 or 4, who knows. See you.